Hi, welcome to my new room. I will do a room tour if you would like. Probably if you wouldn't like also, I'll probably just do one anyway. The matcha is splendid today. It's a really difficult ratio to get sometimes. You make it slightly off, it kind of tastes worse. You hear the fucking train, I'm sorry. It's honking as if there's traffic. I don't know who it's honking at all the time. Sometimes it's a conductor man. I say man, I know I'm assuming, but I know it's a man because who else would do this? Just like stays on the horn for, and I'm not even joking, like 45 seconds. Oh, I don't know why I jumped into my eyebrows first. My skin has been pretty clear recently. Probably just because I'm getting old. So it was the first week of my senior year this week. That's right, I'm a senior in college, practically in the grave, and I've been asked many times this week, at least 5 times, by 5 different people if I am a freshman. And that was just a little bit offensive to me because what about me did I look lost? I've been, because we just moved back to in-person classes, which is dicey. I've been at this campus for, I guess it was only a year and a half when I think about it, but I've been there for a long time. Did I look like I didn't know where I was going? Because that's concerning because I've lived there for 3 full years. I was talking to this girl at the bus stop because we were waiting for the bus that goes to our apartment, and she was like, oh, are you also a freshman? I was like, no, I'm a senior. So she was like, oh my god, you look so young. And I've never felt older. I'm sorry you can see straight to my bathtub. I know that's a little weird. I would close the door, but there isn't one. So that's something my apartment didn't see fit to give me, is a bathroom door. You can actually see the hinges. Like, you can see where the hinges were. There clearly was a door here at some point, but it has since been taken off and has not been given back. I have asked them to give me a bathroom door because it's a little weird. I live in fear, and this is gonna be a little bit TMI. Every time I piss, I live in fear that some man is gonna walk in with my bathroom door. I'll just have to sit there and be like, why didn't you knock? You know I don't have a door. So I've been talking a lot about stuff that I'm sure you don't care about, so I'll get into my reading now. I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks recently because I can do it like while I do other things, and I'm a very busy person all of a sudden, so that's been really good. And I've been listening to, what have I been listening to? I just got from my library, I just got the audiobook of Honey Girl, and I'm gonna be reading that one soon. I've read the first chapter, or I've listened to the first chapter. It's super cute. It's about this girl who, her name is Grace, and she wakes up in Las Vegas and she has gotten married in Vegas, and she can't remember it because she was drunk, you know, a little, what do you call that? Not a shotgun wedding, a drunk wedding, I don't know, maybe there isn't a word for it, but she's done that with another girl whose name she doesn't know, and she wakes up, she has this note on her like hotel bedside table, and it says, I'm paraphrasing because my memory is shit. It says like, I hope our paths reconnect. I don't know your name, but you have freckles on your nose that look like honey, so I'm gonna call you Honey Girl. Adorable, adorable. When will this happen to me? You know, someone recreate this with me, okay? This is what I want. So I'm really excited about this book. It's so cute so far. I think it might be young adult, it might be adult, I don't remember. If you didn't guess from the pronouns that I used, it is sapphic, so if you're looking for that. I've also been listening to the audiobook of The Plague Cycle, and it is very good. I really like non-fiction audiobooks because they make me think of like long form podcasts, which is kind of weird. Maybe like a podcast is just a short form audiobook, but I think the connection is a good one. And so the plague cycle is about humanity, and like it works. I'm like joking. It works through human history and tracks the progress of different plagues, of different diseases, and it was obviously written. Oh fuck! It was obviously written like with the coronavirus in mind. Am I allowed to say that? I remember like a while ago people weren't allowed to say that word on YouTube, but I'm not monetized anyway, obviously. So it works through human history and follows the progression of different diseases like malaria and anthrax and all the black plagues, the Black Death, that kind of stuff. It's very interesting just to see the way that history has really been shaped by illness, because back in the day, before like very recently, people would get sick and they would just fucking die of completely curable diseases. Like they would just fucking die because they had no medicine, they had no way of counteracting it. And that's just, it's really sad, but it's also like, it's so interesting to think of like how different the world would be if those diseases didn't exist, if those diseases didn't run their course, because they killed millions of people, and like more people than one of the things the books points out is that like disease has been one of the number one killer of humanity, like for all of human history. So like disease has killed more people than war, than famine, and than any of these things. It's like disease just kills people. They just fucking died of pneumonia and the common cold. So it is very interesting, and the author like kind of ties it back to the ongoing pandemic in the later chapters, and like also in the introduction, and like sporadically throughout the book. It kind of talks about it a lot actually, and it is interesting kind of to see those parallels. What else am I reading? I want to start reading Furyborn soon. I said I was gonna read it in my last reading vlog, and then I ran out of time. My video got really long, my last reading vlog, so I think I'm gonna split it into two. I might have already released the second part by the time I post this because I'm very slow at editing. But I read the Atlas 6, have some complicated feelings about it, and I talked about it for I don't even know how long, a very long time, and it made the video like an hour and a half, so I obviously didn't want to post an hour and a half long reading vlog after not posting for 5 months. Okay, anyway, I should really focus and finish this because I do have to leave soon, so I will see you in the next clip. It's been kind of a while since the first clip. I have a nose piercing now. Everything's different. Say hello to our friend behind us. I decided to get over my hatred of her. I decided it's not that bad. I'm a little bit in over my head over how many books I'm reading. I typically read one book at a time, and even that's a struggle. And now I'm reading like 6 books. So I told you I'm reading I'm listening to the Honey Girl audiobook. I started reading Furyborn. I've read the first 2 chapters. I've read the prelude and the first chapter. So technically I've read 2 chapters. It's pretty good so far. It's about, well, let's save that for later because I don't quite know what it's about. It seems pretty cool. It was like the prelude was an event, and then the first chapter took us to 2 years before that event with the same characters. So I always think that's fun. They do it in TV shows a lot. Well, I wouldn't say a lot. They do it sometimes in TV shows where they'll show you something that happened and then they'll skip to you know, the inciting incident that maybe led up to that event happening over the course of time. I think that's really cool. I really like getting to see this like dramatic irony of the audience already knowing where the story ends up and getting to watch it unfold. I think that's so fun. Another book that I'm reading is Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado, and I really love her short stories. This is a collection of short stories. The Husband Stitch is her most famous one, I think, and that is the first short story in this collection. Amazing, great, wonderful. I've read 2 of her short stories from this collection so far, and I'm kind of taking this one slow because they're short stories, so like I can read them intermittently. Also, through my library, I am reading The Sixth Extinction, which is about climate change. I haven't started it yet, but I've been reading a lot of like non-fiction climate change novels real recently. Not great, the state of the world. I'm trying to read more nonfiction because I feel like, you know, I'm getting old, so I need to be more worldly. You know, I need to expand my horizons and know more about the world. Also, the world is kind of in shit right now. Oh, I also want to reread The Poppy War, the whole series. I realized it only came out last year, the last book, and I feel like it was so long ago that I read it, but I loved it so much. I'm obsessed with it, and I want to read it again. End of story. Okay. I don't know how I'm supposed to mentally recover from the ordeal I just went through, so I showed up to my meeting. I walked over to the 2 girls I was meeting, and one of them looked me over, and she just goes, "Oh yeah, these are the English majors." What does that mean? I've never felt so seen. She looked at me, she saw my soul. Hello, welcome back. I am that far in, it's not very far at all, and it's pretty good so far. I'll tell you what it's about. So we are switching perspectives between 2 women. One of them, the first one is Riel, who is like a noble woman in this old civilization, and she has a crush on her friend who is going to be the king soon. His name is Audric, and he's kind of got Alina Starkov powers. I forgot what they call it, sun spinner or something. He's basically Alina from Shadow and Bone. It's great. I love that for him. And Riel has powers over all the elements, so she is very special, and she is believed to be part of a prophecy. And the prophecy says that there will be 2 queens, and one of them will be the Blood Queen, and one of them will be the Sun Queen. So destruction and light. We love it, duality. And then the second woman that we're switching between their perspectives is 1,000 years after that, and her name is Eliana, I want to say. Eliana has some sort of power that we haven't really gotten a description of yet. She is an assassin, I guess. Yeah, I mean, she's like a thief, a rogue. I don't know if she actually kills people, but okay, it says on the back of the book that she's a bounty hunter, so not an assassin, but tangentially related. And she's pulling off a heist right now with this guy, and I don't really know where her storyline's going. So the issue is that I'm like a lot more interested in Riel than I am in Eliana. Oh, and something I forgot to mention is that there's angels in this book. I don't really know how they fit in quite yet because they haven't done anything, but there are angels. Riel refers to them kind of a lot, and I think she's possessed by one of them. So maybe not like Christian angels where they're all good, because it doesn't seem to be very nice. The guy that Eliana is with is called the Wolf. He is a almost said furry. You know what? I don't think the joke is worth it. He is an assassin, bounty hunter guy. He is a rebel, so he's against the Empire. We stand. She has a boyfriend too, and I just don't really care for him. He hasn't done anything wrong. Like he really has not. He's been great. I just don't really care about him. I can't tell you why. I just don't. Okay, I would say like 75% of the way through Furyborn, and I have a comment about Eliana. This is not a drag. It actually is a drag. I was lying a second ago. This girlie is an assassin, maybe? I already had this conversation. She's a thief, a rogue, and she's always threatening people with violence. She's like the second something doesn't go quite right, she's like, you better stop this or I'll kill you. And this girl, she's lost like every fight she's been in since the beginning of the book. And it's like, bitch, if I'm supposed to take you seriously, you gotta stop fucking losing. You gotta kill somebody, okay? If I'm supposed to understand you as this strong and violent, really skilled killer, you're gonna have to kill somebody. Because how many times, she just lost another fight, how many times is she gonna severely lose? Like, not even just she gets knocked down, like she is out of commission. She is completely beat, and it's either somebody else helps her out or she just ends up fine. Like it's happened, I think this is time number 4, like 4 major losses, and she's still going around threatening to kill people. Like, you're not gonna do it. You can't do it. I would not be afraid of her if she was like, I'll kill you. No, you won't. You can't. Try it. You've just lost 4 consecutive fights. Why should I worry? That's just a comment. Anyway. Alright, so I have finished Furyborn and Honey Girl. So what a great place to end my little vloggy. Now I'm only 20 books behind on my Goodreads. Look at us, moving up in the world. Still don't have a door. It's actually been several weeks since I put in a maintenance request, and the other day they came to visit and they looked and they said, yep, she doesn't have a door. And then they told my roommate, they said, I will get the door put in, but I have to do it next week because I don't have a drill. And I said, they don't have a drill? Any drill? This is a large apartment complex. There are several hundred people living here, and the maintenance team doesn't have a drill. Any drill can put a door into those hinges. Any drill can do it. Any screwdriver can do it. In fact, if they just give me the door and the hinges, I'll put it on myself. I'll put that bad boy on in 20 minutes. I was thinking the other day, maybe I should take the door from my closet, put it on there. The whole thing would probably take me like 20 minutes. I have a screwdriver, I could do it. And then they come here with my door, I say, fuck you. It's been 4 weeks. You didn't bring me a door, so I got my own. But then I wouldn't have a door in my closet. And I guess I could force them to put it on once they find a drill. And why does it take a full week to get a drill, you know? I would understand if they had to order a door. A drill? I can find those at my local Walmart right next to the guns. Come on. Anyway, so I really liked Furyborn. I will definitely be reading the second one, which is called King's Bane, because something fun and quirky is that I was expecting this book to end where the prologue / first chapter begins, but it doesn't. So we haven't gotten there yet. So in the very beginning, we find out that Riel, our main bitch, has killed her husband Audric. And at this point, at the back, I realize you can see which cover this was. In the end, Riel is falling in love with Audric, and so we've got this beautiful dramatic irony where we know she's gonna murder his ass, but we are still watching them fall in love. I think it's great. I really love it. And unfortunately, I just am not, like, I still just don't really like Eliana that much. She's fine, she's good, she's a good character. I just don't think she's as interesting as Riel. Also, like I said, she's a little inconsistent because we keep getting told that, sorry, my AC just turned off. It comes on like every 10 minutes and it is so fucking loud that it's gonna show up in the audio and I have no way of removing it. So I'm really sorry that it's probably gonna come on in a minute again. It's also freezing in here, so that's another drawback. Anyway, I was saying Eliana, we keep getting told that she is this great like murderer. She's so good at fighting. She's threatening people left and right. It's a little annoying if you couldn't tell by my tone. She's threatening people left and right. You know, they say something to her and she's like, I'll gut you. It's like, you've lost every fight you've been in. You've lost every major fight you've been in. And I just frankly don't believe you anymore. You know, like, I'm getting less and less afraid of you. And that's cute. I get you want to make this badass female character, but you also don't want her to be overpowered, I guess. Like, you don't want her to just win every fight that she's in just like because she's the main character. But she could win one, you know, she could win one. If she won one fight out of 7, that's still pretty bad, you know? You're not going pro. And Riel is very powerful, so they kind of are balanced in that way. Riel is very powerful, and by design, because she is the Sun Queen, or so they think she is the Sun Queen, but that was a little bit confusing to people who haven't read it. So the premise is that there is this prophecy that says that there will be 2 queens. One of them will be the Sun Queen and one of them will be the Blood Queen. As I'm saying this, I'm realizing that I've already explained it. So the people in Riel's time are saying that Riel is the Sun Queen, but the people in Eliana's time refer to her as the Blood Queen. So is she the Sun Queen? Doesn't really seem like it, but that would imply that Eliana will become the Sun Queen, and I don't know if I like that arc for her. Like, I'm kind of into the corruption arc of Riel. I think that's kind of fun and sexy, but Eliana becoming the Sun Queen is a little boring. You know, it's a little bit main character syndrome, actually. Yeah, it's a little bit YA protagonist in 2014, you know? It's a little predictable. And I kind of want her to also be evil, but I don't really know how that would work out for, it would probably be a bad time for everybody else. I like the character Simon. He's funky, and I'm excited to see him in the next book because I feel like his powers have not really been elaborated on a whole lot yet, and I would love to see that and how it develops, what his powers really are. They haven't been super well defined yet, and I think that's fun. Him and Eliana in a romantic relationship, I don't know. He's like 7 years older than her and she's 18, so that's a little bit yucky, I think, in my opinion. I know that it isn't illegal, but my advice to every 18-year-old who might be watching this, do not date someone 7 years older than you. They're in a completely different phase of life than you. Simon, I feel like he would be like better if he was younger, because he's like 25, right? Hang on. Yeah, that's the correct math. If he's 25, you're a little old to be acting like an edgy teenager. That was really judgmental, but like, you're a little old for it. Get a corporate job. Eliana has this whole thing because she works for the Empire. The Empire is the tyrannical government, of course, just like Star Wars. And so she is kind of averse to the rebellion. Is that what they're called? It is what they're called. This is just like Star Wars. I was making a joke earlier, but it's actually true. I guess that they're pretty generic names. Not the most creative part of Star Wars. Anyway, she's a little bit averse to the rebellion at first, but I foresee with my third eye, and oh, look at how pretty the rainbow is. Sorry. I foresee with my third eye that she is going to be the leader of the rebellion by the end of the second book. She's not right now, but I kind of see that being her arc, and that would correlate with her becoming the Sun Queen, potentially. That's my hypothesis. I don't know if the second book has come out yet. I think maybe it has, it probably has, but I don't know if it has. I'll have to check up on that. So the other book I read was Honey Girl, and I liked it, but not as much as I liked it in the beginning. Like, I thought the premise was really fun. I was really into it in the beginning. And then as it went on, it kind of lost momentum for me. I wanted it to be more focused on the romance. I kind of wanted there to be more of a slow burn, more of a searching for each other, kind of coming together and getting to know each other. But that's really not what happened. Like, them meeting each other and coming together again happens pretty quickly, and the romance happens pretty quickly after that, which isn't bad. The book was really more about the main character, and I do really like the main character. I think she's really interesting, and her storyline is compelling. She's a good character. I was invested in her journey, so that was good. But I kind of like signed up for more of a romance than that, so that's on me. But yeah, it was good. It was cute. I liked it a lot. I think I gave it 3.5 stars on Goodreads, so pretty good. This one, I want to say I gave 4 stars actually. Yeah, I really liked it. What more can I say? Next up, I'm gonna be reading Ariadne, and I'm planning some behind the scenes for you guys. I'm planning a video where I read retellings of classic mythology. So I have like 1001 Nights and Ariadne and probably some other Greek stuff, because that's like the most popular thing to retell is Greek mythology. I found a short story that is a retelling of Orpheus and Eurydice, and I love Orpheus and Eurydice. I think they're great, so I'm very excited about that. So that's kind of what's coming up, something for you to look forward to if you want to, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, so that should be coming out soon. I don't know when or if I'm gonna post my video about the Atlas 6, because I edited it. Well, I edited most of it, and it's like, if I had to show my psychologist that video, she wouldn't have needed to test me for ADHD because it is so obvious. So that's pretty much what I've got going on right now, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a while since I posted my last one, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.